been half an hour since last restarted the router. Let's see if this works this time. Refresh on you and you, because now it seems like game is properly up. Kilobytes per second in the 6,000s. I tried to start the stream earlier, but when restarting Comcast, you have to manually do it every single time that it kicks out because it'll have a fake gotcha point and you gotta come back in and wait again and again. Looks like, I don't know, is it back? Laptop is struggling. Kilobytes got a dropper. Oh, we got some rubber banding going. 3,000 and 9,000. Then settling back into place. At about 603 whole drop frames, but it looks like... Looks like things are back. Yeah, alright then, take 3. It turned out that things went exactly like predicted. It's rainy, it's windy, and what I love the weather, the power blunked off for like 1/4 or 1/5 of a second. And while everything else is alright, it was just the lights that blunk, the computer stayed up, everything else stayed up. Comcast is really, really weak, and 1/5 of power interruption is all it takes to drop the Wi-Fi. And with Comcast, you can't just wait for the Wi-Fi to come back itself. You gotta go down and manually unplug it, wait the 10 seconds, plug it back in, and then it remembers how to breathe. And with the power blinking off like 3 times, I had to wait, plug unplug, wait again, power blinks, repeat 2 or 3 times. But now it's up. Now it's up, and so nothing was really lost, but combining all the remaining clues into deductions. And so we get to choose. Is it that Mr. Hurst hunts the paupers and the lords for his own personal reasons? And thus, George Hurst is a violent psychopath who hunts down the paupers and lords involved in the special education program and must either be condemned, send him to the asylum. He's a psychopath and a dangerous criminal who abandoned his son Tom to hunt down sponsors and participants of the special education program and needs to be put away for life. Or should we absolve him because he's clearly unwell? Send him to a sanatorium for treatment. He could not be held responsible. Or is it the correct answer that it's not Mr. Hurst who hunts the poor and the lords, but rather that, very obviously, it is Lord Marsh and his companions who hunt down paupers in the forest? And so George is doing this out of revenge for his friends and mates who were taken in by the special education program and thus murdered. Which is clearly the case. It's obviously these guys who are hunting down the poor. And George very clearly doesn't want to abandon his son, but takes up his gun again for whatever reason. He's got that whole room where he studies up on the goings-on of this club and what's happening. So obviously right. It's that Mr. Marsh, Lord Marsh himself, hunts down people. Him and his companions hunt down people from the special education program. And Hurst only wishes to avenge his victims, so I'm siding with Hurst. Condemn Lord Marsh as a cold-blooded killer who, under the guise of charity, hunted down poor people, put him in jail, where he will eventually die from his tuberculosis. Or absolve him, for whatever reason. He has no likelihood of recovering from his illness. Allow him to die peacefully at home while ruminating on his crimes, which is basically allowing the privileged upper crust of society to face no consequence for their actions. And like I said, right, maybe there is a legitimate front to the special education program, There are hospitals and things and workhouses that he sends food and supplies to. There was at least one note from a person who benefited from the special education program, who did benefit, but they're definitely using this as a way to scope out and isolate victims to be their most dangerous game, where they probably rejected George Hurst because, as a veteran, he's got combat experience. It's not just the aloof affluent hunting down the sick and the poor for sport. This guy fights back, and he has. I'm going to condemn Lord Marsh. Absolving probably means that the special education program continues, and he continues to use his wealth to give to charity and those in need. But we're not going to allow him to escape justice, tuberculosis or no. I do like, though, how this does have the same system as Chapter 1 does, where you go through your clues to make deductions and come to a conclusion. But here, the conclusion actually matters. If I choose something here, that is what we go with. So this is definitely a more linear game, by far. Since if you make a failure, you just go back to the start of the sequence and do it again until you get it right. But you do get to make the final choice for each case. Chapter 0 was all about ambiguities. You very rarely get, yes, this is correct, or no, this is wrong. And even then, it's like, here we could take the choice of, are you nice to them? Do you get them the gallows? But because everything is all ambiguities in Chapter 0, or in Chapter 1, and Chapter 1 is all about Holmes's backstory, and so nothing really matters, there's no consequence to it. You just go on through, you make your choice, and nothing happens. Nothing happens at all because the game doesn't care. Cordona continues to exist, or in the case of Chapter 1, ceases to exist because Holmes just goes back to London, goes to Cambridge for whatever reason, when Oxford is right there. And then nothing matters, it's all of the past. Here, because this is more linear, and I'm hoping focused, I don't know, maybe it's just like a little Fallout style, and then this happened. But hope it has more weight. Condemn the man for hunting the poor. You confirm your moral choice, and unlike Chapter 1, it actually goes through it.
George, lower your rifle, please, for Tom's sake.
Holmes!
For Tom.
My, an almost worthy opponent. Tom? My Tom? If you've endangered my lad in any way, you will pay dearly.
I assure you that Tom is safe in London with a well-trusted friend. And now, it's time to end this.
By all means.
George, listen to me. If you're seeking an apt punishment and vengeance, killing Marsh will give him exactly what he wants. He would die knowing that he had fulfilled his life through his absolute control of it. But if you allow Marsh to live and be arrested, he will suffer a punishment far greater than your eye could deliver. His ball and chain will be the debilitating tuberculosis. It will drag him painfully and slowly to his demise behind bars.
You're mad. You're both mad.
Let's go.
Sorry, Marsh.
Tom. Not just yet. See, Lord Marsh, you will die here, although not by the gun.
Oh, come on, George. Think about Tom.
Don't do this, George.
Detective, take a look here.
This is gonna be worse crimes. Marsh?
This is how you became sick, Lord Marsh. The
Handling
heading of
the
your
bodies.
victims who were suffering from tuberculosis was what infected you. Poetic justice.
Holmes, you cannot fully understand why we helped so many and sacrificed a few.
You help so many, and the sacrifice of the few is to what? To sate your fetishes? So, is this your reward? Hunting down a few poor people, and beheading them, and doing who knows what to the corpses? Is your price for your... what? For your philanthropic donations?
But don't let me die like this. Just kill me now.
No, you're going for tuberculosis. Don't tell me that... No! 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 I was too late!
Mr. Hurst, You've already served brutal justice to Lord Harrington and I hope Lord Collins and Dr. Fisher. Taking that into consideration, you may as well kill Lord Marsh and end the Quartermain Club completely. No loose ends.
Really? That's it? We're going to let... Okay. Check conclusion. Lord Marsh is a cold-blooded killer who does not value the lives of the poor people. He believes that he has a right to choose who will live and who will die, and deserves his fate. Condemn Lord Marsh. There's a check mark. Replay ending. Check conclusion. What if I replay ending? At least you do get this, you know? So... But I guess because it has more weight. It has more weight in this game, your decisions. It's weird, huh? This game is more linear. But it feels like there's more weight to your choices, whereas Chapter 1 is so open-ended. But it's so ambiguous as to the point as to iron out your choices, which means nothing. Load the game before the moral choice was made. Okay. Check conclusion. I got all the clues that I condemn Lord Marsh. I guess that's what that means then, huh? That means, yes, you did the right thing. But I want to replay the ending, because I want to see what does it mean when you have the red on George Hurst and Lord Marsh, and can click between the two. Oh, it means going through the cutscene again. Marsh hunts down people. Condemn him. Yes. Could I skip? I can skip. Okay, because I want to see what happens.
Detective, take a look here.
And now I see the heads. But I can't skip this either.
Holmes, you cannot fully understand why we helped so many and sacrificed a few.
They really want me to hear
But
this
don't
because I
let me
can't
die
skip
like
this part.
Just kill me now.
So, what if I click on... Oh, that kills him? Oh, I don't want to do that.
I understand your view, Mr. Hurst.
No, replay the ending. That's terrible. So... So it's shoot Hurst, shoot Marsh, or shoot nobody at all. And I think I was so slow that shoot nobody was the option that I took the last time. In that case, let's see what happens if I shoot Hurst, because I don't... If I shoot Marsh, I mean. Because Hurst I like. I'm all on Hurst's side on this.
Detective, take a look here.
They're hunting trophies.
Holmes, you cannot fully understand why we helped so many and sacrificed a few. But don't let me die like this. Just kill me now.
Nah, I'll let this play out. Because if I
Mr.
shoot
Hurst, you've already served brutal justice to Lord Harrington and I hope Lord Collins and Dr. Fisher. Taking that into consideration, you may as well kill Lord Marsh and end the Quartermain Club completely. No loose ends.
Because either way, it's I shoot him or Hurst slits his throat, so that's gonna happen anyway. Which in that case, if I shoot Lord Marsh myself, then that's me giving him what he wants, one final bit of mercy. Which is exactly what I warn Hurst against, letting him have the conclusion he wants. I'll take this. I could accept this decision. You're about to finish the case. Save files for this case will be removed. Press no if you would like to select another moral choice. Yes if you agree with the choice you have made and are ready to start a new chapter. Alright. So compared to Chapter 1 then, it is more focused, if more linear, but you still get one final choice. Alright. I can be satisfied with this. So far, the biggest complaint against The Devil's Daughter is that it really expects you to already know how to play. and what mechanics and buttons do and mean. But beyond that, if he could overlook that, it's alright. Tighter than Chapter 1. Achievement. Hunter becomes a prey. And a study in green. You gotta have a study in something. And I guess much like Chapter 1, the initial profiles they make on people can give hints, but it's not too bad if it's an incomplete or an imprecise profile. Bocce ball?
Yes! Well done, Watson!
Lawn bowling.
Holmes, you're playing bowls? Indoors?
Not just any old bowls, Watson. Lawn bowling.
Seriously? With your injury?
The accursed lawn bowling that gave us manicured lawns this day.
No. Mrs. Hudson is going to murder you.
Well, that's it for now. Time to go. Would you care to join me?
You're incorrigible. And where are we going, Holmes?
I'm participating in the final stage of the annual tournament held by the London Archaeological Institute's bowling club. It's an official invitation.
But it's late
I'll just need to dress
1800s
suitably and then we can leave.
archaeologists. Or early 1900s, either way. Either way, anthropology was a mess in this era. Are you sure you want to hang with them? But I guess he's no better, huh? Hey, Toby.
Who chased his own tail again? I should walk with you more often.
Oh, Toby's too cool. Toby's the best.
My bag with lawn bowls for the upcoming tournament.
Shouldn't you dress for the game?
What? Should we? This is fine, isn't it? This is what? Vaguely Dickens era London, so it's like cold 24/7, 366. Can we change? A makeup table. Weak face disguise. Hold up. Oh, I can't tab here, huh? P.2 wardrobe. Alright, what are my options? And does it actually matter? Another weak point of Chapter 0, in its effluence of these cool features don't matter, is disguises. It's kind of nice that you get to use disguises, and that you could rent disguises if you haven't got the bucks. But it was pretty easy. You just slap on one thing and that's it. For the most part. Festive attire, maybe. Doctor outfit, bandit. There's a real depth to it. So many things have like... so many features and possibilities are cool. But the game just lacks depth. Sportswear. Sportswear or festive, I think. They probably want sportswear, don't they? Alright, and then to the makeup table. Weak face disguise. But do I need like an in-depth face disguise? Hair and hats? Looks a bit... Where's the shirtless option? I'll give it that, Edwardo. While Chapter 0 didn't have a shirtless option, it did allow Sherlock to have a really big v-neck. Like the button-down shirt that's pretty much from shoulders exposed to navel. Bald? Balding Holmes? Two versions of bald. Oh, because that's like balding with the sides. And that's fully bald. Could I make him look like Agent 47? Can we 47 this? Facial hair? Face disguised. I guess that means you need any change to... Maybe it's two things? There you go, just need two things, I guess. Hey, Mace. Okay, what options do we have for facial hair? Some mutton chops, a big old bushy thing, and combos.
Evil mustache.
Okay, so this is turn of the century anthropology club, right? So, what did Franz Boas look like? Oh, it's just glasses or no glasses. That looks rather scholastic, yeah? That's pretty scholastic. I'll take it. Validate and exit. There, perfect. I am going to count exactly how many knots native peoples use in their daily, everyday ropes. Going to find myself some exotic flora and fauna to biopiracy for consumer industrial needs. What's this? Sherlock Holmes. It is Dr. Reuben Fisher. Do you remember me? Well, you are a sorry excuse for a detective. You fail to understand why any of it was done. We chose the lesser evil for a greater, brighter future. We needed to sacrifice the few to help the majority. You remember these words one day. Sincerely, Dr. Reuben Fisher. Oh, was it really so necessary to hunt, murder, and take trophy heads of the poor to help the majority? Nah, man. Not a sacrifice that needs to be made.
Holmes, are you really sure you want to wear that?
Yeah,
Yes.
sure.
Everyone dresses like this at the club.
That should be a sight worth seeing. I only hope our charming neighbor won't spot you like that.
Introducing native species as everyone else is doing. For this social science, this more about... I don't know, I guess it depends on who's doing what, huh? Like, you did have your anthropologists that wanted to preserve the existence of the native before the inevitable washover of civilization. You had the archaeologists that were just going for the old fortune and glory, trying to find their Troy, their Mask of Agamemnon.
What can I do for you, Mr. Holmes?
You had the great nationalistic rivalries. Did the first humans come from France? Did the first humans come from England? And fabricating evidence out of direction. It's a whole circus. The Bedlam Asylum is now open to everyone. Do you believe that someone within your care is out of their mind? Are you weary of caring for your incapacitated family members? Or perhaps you yourself are insane of the membrane? We have the solution. It is Bedlam Asylum. With our up-to-date treatment techniques, we guarantee that you or any of your kin will find peace and quiet. Soon, and most definitely. Oh, Eduardo, I'm sorry. We boast a current success rate of 93.3%. Please contact Dr. Herbert West with any questions. Well, hopefully, that doesn't have too much bearing on the case at hand, and is mostly there for flavor. Since this is starting off with what? Lawn bowling? With the archaeologists? That guy just socked him. You see, balding, bearded people, they don't mess around. More newspapers. Oh well, there's nothing else here. Abby? To the Archaeology Club. Get adjusted while this loads.
Mr. Holmes, you played very well yesterday. I'm obliged to you, Sir Charles. I play many outdoor sports. That's the key to my success. My friend Dr. Watson has decided to join me.
Really?
Mr. Holmes, would you like to see the first prize? A rare stone Mayan Quiche calendar.
Mayan Quiche?
Indeed. Their legendary king, Tekun Uman, has his statue just behind you. Although this one is a cast metal copy.
That?
Right, the other aspect. Up
Well,
to the
since only
century
members may enter the
mythology.
clubhouse, we have
Collecting
exhibited the
loots
calendar
and
outside.
corpses.
Please explore.
Good luck, Holmes.
I'm wondering if it was even necessary to disguise. Dressing for the sport, probably. But they seem to know me here, so I probably didn't need the disguise.
The statue of Tekun Uman. This statue is made of metal.
Is that an instant well, no, this is a cast, right? I was gonna say, is that an instant disqualifier, since metal wasn't widely used in the area in time?
I'd like to win the Mayan calendar. It's a beautiful work of art.
But if it's a cast, then all bets are off.
What a beautiful day for November.
There are multiple groups to talk to. Can I talk to you guys? No?
The first prize, the Mayan Quiche calendar.
It's a great final. Did you see the first prize?
What's the objective right now? Search the archives for the Mayan calendar. Tasks take part of the final, so clicking U probably precedes the game.
Arthur is
More to talk to in the meantime?
Mr. Sherlock
Ah,
Holmes.
Mr. Holmes.
How
Are you ready to
exciting.
begin the final game?
No, not yet.
I still need some time.
Yes, let me mingle first.
Mr. Holmes, I'm glad you are my opponent for the final. People call me Arthur the Invincible. So I wish you good luck.
Quite. You got hors d'oeuvres.
This'll keep Watson happy.
Aw, keep me happy too. What do they got here anyway? Is that just various spreads on crackers? Looks like it. But hey, food is food.
Good luck, Holmes.
I lost to the quarterfinals, but the green was wet.
Wait a second, did Watson legit teleport from the statue to here? Was the teleporting Watson game also Frogwares? Hold on. If I walk back here, does he teleport again? Or has he story warped and won't come back? Nah, he's story warped. This is practice?
So, are you ready now?
Oh, talking to him or the balls advances. Alright, fine, we're ready.
Yes. Let's start the final.
Hold left and right stick in the middle to keep the ball moving. Be sure to put it by letting the balls as close as possible to the white marker. Alright. Just gotta find out how myself. Hold to zoom, aim, and throw. There to the end? The dotted white? Line the bowls as close as possible to the white marker bowl. Okay. Frogwares. I only know bocce ball. Bocce ball is basic. Lawn bowling? It's a white bowl's marker. That? Those? Or that? Am I aiming for the close white markers or the distant dotted line? I feel like I want it further. Yeah, seems like further is better. Landing bowls, plural, as close as possible to the white marker bowl. Ah, the white marker bowl. Oh, I see. So I toss it out, and then we land as close to that one. Okay. So you toss the ball out first, and then land close to that one. Alright, alright. More not explaining the game, but I get it. Too weak. This is lawn bowling. The curse that has given us perfectly manicured lawns. For at least a century after. He got too close. No, don't go away, go away. Good. Okay, gonna give it a little bit more of a nudge. Just a little nudge. Perfect. Beat that, Mr. Arthur the... Oh, it's gone away. But so far he's in the deeper pocket. No, that isn't good. So far it seems like it's really either way, which one of us is closer. So maybe I'll come in. No. We'll come in like this. Knock him out, knock him out! Oh, that just pushed him closer! I think he does marginally have me beat. Still pretty broad. Alright, last ball. Last ball, so let's get this. Right in between my two other hits. Closer, closer, closer. Stop, 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 stop! They're clapping, I think that's good, but they're all so close in distance. It's down to Arthur now. No, he still got me. We won, right? 3 for Holmes. Ayy. Thrilling detective work, this. Okay, so I guess this is the strategizing part, huh? Do I want to put the initial white marker bowl further away or closer? Alright, that went a little far into the right. Maybe we'll try with the left hook this time? Nah, I feel most comfortable with the right. That's way too much energy. No. That's pretty bad. This time let's go just a little bit, then... Focus on left, but bullet drop. Close, close, close... And I can't judge by the reaction. What if I go this way and a little less energy this time? Too little, maybe? Because that doesn't seem like it has enough juice. But the trajectory seems okay. Same trajectory, but a bit more juice. Beep. No, that's even worse. Ugh. Oh, that's a clear shot. You saved your best for last. Then out, then out, then out! So who's closest? Me? Am I closest? Hey! By 1 point. Okay, let's mix it up. Marker to the corner. Ah, that's too shallow. But it gives me a good probatory shot. That was what, at the max distance, the max arc? And a little under the tail of the arrow? It's definitely closer. Yep, that's closer. A little bit closer to the tail. But it feels weaker for some reason. No, little bit. Okay, so a little more juice. Maybe on or over the tail. Fin? Is fin better? You cheat! Get out of there! Get that ball out of there! There, just on the fin. And then you push a little close. Oh. No, that's not on the outside. Can't keep taking these baby shots. There we go, just over. Just over to more baby shots. Push it, push it, push it in. Alright, he's got one more himself. From downtown, can he do it? Can he steal it? Can he? No. Losing steam. 2 for Arthur!
Congratulations on your game.
Well, I won anyway.
Exceptional. The awards ceremony will be tomorrow morning. See you then to receive your prize of the calendar. I trust you will be there as well, Dr. Watson?
Unfortunately, I'll be unable to attend
what?
tomorrow. Duty calls.
You and your IBS, John.
Let's go home.
Well, we won a doll. A doll at lawn bowling.
Those little sandwiches are delicious.
Then I guess we could research the Mayan calendar while we're out there. Let us never do this again. Bye, Mace. Alright, but now that the game has kinda chipped away at my moody grumpiness, I'll allow it to have its name back and switch from retro to the actual game itself. There.
Oh, Daddy!
Hello, Mr. Bouvier.
Hello, Mr. Holmes.
Well, Caitlin?
Your costume!
She likes it?
Oh, don't you like it?
Oh, I do!
Caitlin, come on. Show some respect for your father.
She does like Franz Boas look, right? I mean, it's been ages since the intro too, so I forget exactly what Franz Boas looks like, but I seem to recall a beard of some sort. Oh, no. Different haircut entirely. No beard. What was I thinking of then? Because that's more of a Mark Twain look. Somebody had a beard. I can't remember who. Unless it was Senghas. Oh no, did I just dress Holmes like Senghas instead? Ah, who cares? Okay, so profile without the time limit that you get on hard mode. Which is a primary source of my bitterness. The game doesn't explain its own controls, you have to like learn everything. And so if you just start off on hard mode, then it's like, here's 4 seconds to do a profile, and we're gonna judge you for incompleteness. Okay, she has a necklace. Occult item or eccentric jewelry? Could be eccentric, could be occult. Occult counts as eccentric, so eccentric it is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 belts. More charms. A love token. Visits a prisoner. Aww. Her hands. Ah, she's got cut lines. Suicide attempt or accidental injury? Honestly, I don't know about suicide attempt, because that's a lot of lines. That kind of go crisscrossy, so maybe it's more of like prolonged habitual stuff. And I don't know about an injury right here in this shape. Maybe it is a suicide attempt. Maybe she was so ravaged that she just went to town on her arm. There was a hair out of place. Oh, the knuckles. No ring. Unmarried. Unmarried, Mr. Holmes? So is this merely eccentricity or the occult? What do I think of my neighbor? Occult leaning. She's into Western esotericism. Has a prisoner beau. Unmarried. But also had some difficulties. Of course, these are questions I'm going to bombard her with. So it's also how uncomfortably forward I want to be with her. That'll get my observations. Did it actually give a completely good character portrait? Last one's got imprecise, 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 but no such damn heroes, right on the money. Alice is Sherlock Holmes' new neighbor. She is young and beautiful, and seems to relate well to children, but she is still not married. The love token she wears alludes to her connection to the criminal world. She suffered a difficult past. Her scars indicate that she survived a suicide attempt. Judging by her jewelry, she has an interest in occult science.
You know, Father, Miss Alice was telling me all about her travels. She has already toured the world with her own father.
Your daughter is exquisite.
She also has a father?
Just to think that she was aboard the Orient Express when it was attacked. What a dream.
Oh, Caitlin is such
She's
a romantic.
so creative and imaginative. And that reminds me, would you allow Caitlin to visit me so that she can practice playing the piano?
Refuse. Kate's education. Refuse. Blame harshly. Or refuse harshly. Or refuse and blame piano music. So I can only refuse. Refuse with the casus belli, the Kate's education. Be a jerk. Or be a jerk who hates piano. What if I want her to learn piano? Maybe it's less piano and more that Holmes really doesn't want to get involved in the life of this woman who so far has barged in twice now? Nah, she's already got lessons at school, surely.
It's very kind of you, but I decided that Caitlin should stop playing the piano.
Oh, Father, why did you say that?
Caitlin, we are neighbours. We'll meet again. Until then, I shall leave you with this book.
Adventure of an
Miss
Empty
Alice.
House. She's filling my daughter's head with so many classical novels. Okay, what is on today's agenda? Today's agenda is attend the awards ceremony. So I probably want more formal dress. But they know me, so I don't need disguise. I don't know. This is pretty academic too. Have they seen academics in today's academia? This is straight up put together in comparison. A morning gown. Just come in looking like Hugh Hefner. Festive? Oh, those are my only options. There's no formal clothes. Okay, I'll just look nice then. Where is nice? What looks nice? You know, I do like the look of the bandit outfit. Maybe it's the flannel that shouts... Oh, it's because it's like dirt and things also. I guess I can't wear this to my sporting ceremony of the academics. Alright, sportswear again then. Do I want sportswear again? Let's just go casually, I guess. Just go casually. Just go casually. Nothing else to snoop on, and Lelore dug around. Can't jump out the window for a shortcut to the bottom. Ooh, before I go though, before I go. The Mayan calendar. Want to know more about it. Art and architecture? History? Art and architecture? Antique art of the British museums? Early relay. British architects, antique art of British museums, nah. History? Maya civilization in Central America. The Mayan Empire, centered in the tropical lowlands, the region nowadays known as Guatemala, had reached the peak of its power and influence around the 6th century AD. The Maya excelled in agriculture, pottery, hieroglyphic writing, calendar creation, and mathematics, leaving behind them an astonishing record of architecture and symbolic artwork. The principal nation of pre-conquest Guatemala was the Quiches, also known as the Mayan Quiches. The name of this people means many trees, taken from the forested highlands which they inhabited. Acunaman was the last ruler, and the Quiches king who fought with his army against the Spanish conquerors, in the Battle of Pinal, where his chest was fatally pierced by the sword of Don Pedro de Alvarado. According to the legend, even in death, Tekun Uman continued to protect his people. Is that to foreshadow we might have a Mayan curse on our hands?
Here it is.
Or so these impressionable British people might assume. Same letter? Same letter. I guess this must be my consequence drawer. And away we go. Can't run down the stairs. Any new news today, Newsy? No new news? And nothing in the neighborhood. Just balance training and arm wrestling in the back. Okay, so back to the club then. Pretty succinct so far. Just home to club to home to club. Do I make myself more tea? Yes, I do. Mason, could you pass me the box? Thanks. Because my loose leaf tea is reaching the bottom of its bag, and that's the last of my loose leaf tea, I've gone ahead and just picked up, like, your regular tea bags. I prefer loose leaf, but oh well, it's all going to be doused in coconut anyway. Much like how the Brits treat their tea as a vector for milk and sugar, mine is simply to make tea flavored coconut. Hi. That'll do.
The statue did it. It killed Zacharias.
It must be the
Calm
curse.
yourself now, Sir Charles. You've had a shock. Let the police do their duty.
What can a mere inspector like you do about it? You don't know anything.
A mere inspector? Sure. And now here comes Mr. Holmes.
Lestrade.
Oh,
Are you here to
Lestrade.
receive a prize as well?
Very
Right, there's no
amusing,
Lestrade
Holmes.
analog in
You
chapter
can
0,
go
was
home.
there?
The ceremony's been cancelled. We've got a murder scene here.
Really? And to think I only came here for my prize.
I know, Holmes. I saw your name on the list of finalists. So go away.
You're not going to congratulate me?
What? Do you really think I'm that naive? You turning up out of the blue and then bam, a murder?
I'm
There's a
missing
surprise.
statues and a murder.
Oh, you're making a spectacle of yourself, Lestrade. Let's just pretend that I'm a simple consultant, your humble assistant.
Oh, all right then. A club member, Mr. Zacharias Greystoke, was killed at around 4 in the morning. There. Now don't mess around.
And mess
promise
around
that
we
I
had.
won't, Inspector.
Well, we can't form a profile on Lestrade. Well, then tell us about the murder case we're totally not getting involved in.
What do you make of the facts?
It's quite clear. The murderer intended to steal the Mayan calendar. He was caught by Zacharias Greystoke. He then took up the first weapon that came to hand, the statue's spear, and killed Greystoke. Then he fled, just as Sir Charles was coming out of the club. Unfortunately, we've been unable to find any trail beyond the club's wall. It's as if the murderer vanished into thin air. Well, take a look for yourself.
Oh, now you tell us to look for ourselves. Mr. Don't Get Involved, then here's your explicit permission. But was he really able to use the statue's spear, though? Because wasn't that, like, cast in metal? Was it a separate piece? There's drag marks.
Traces of metal on stone. The surface is damaged. The iron mounting rod is broken. Traces of metal on stone. It looks like the statue broke away from its pedestal. A piece of the statue's mounting rod. Pieces from the pedestal.
So, what? Pulled down, dragged off, smashed down to here? But I don't see much other dragging evidence.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
He's nice.
And what about the statue?
No idea yet. I imagine the thief must have taken it somehow.
Right, so they were thieves, and they were very well equipped?
Yes, must have been. Then there's also Sir Charles's version, but...
What?
Please, go on.
He said this morning that he was alone at his desk when he heard a shout. He went outside and saw Greystoke lying on the ground, and... believe it or not, he said that there was no one else on the green that night but the statue itself running away.
You mean that the statue might have killed the victim? Interesting.
Absurd, more like. Besides, it was dark and foggy.
So, somewhat like your version, then.
Oh, sick burn, Holmes. So what if the statue was removed and then somebody else stood up here in aluminum silver body paint, waited for the moment to strike, and probably did use a spear then? Because there is a spear through his whole body. Oh my goodness. I guess it does detach. Character's safe though.
If I believed Lestrade, this Mayan calendar was the reason behind the murder.
Okay, so these are turn of the century archaeologists. The reason for the murder must have been a difference in academic thought, someone about to outpublish somebody else with competing theories.
Can I help you, Mr. Holmes?
Nah, we're fine. So, who? Do you recognize any names here? LeBrook, Griffin, Crofton? It feels LeBrook who had been murdered, leaving us as a possible suspect.
What a spectacular season. The great tournament of the London Archaeological Institute's bowling club.
Mates left out as if their mothers live here. Interview?
Sir Charles, are you able to tell me in detail what happened?
Ah, Mr. Holmes. Well, to prepare for the awards ceremony, I decided to spend the night here at the club. I was sitting alone at my desk when I suddenly heard a loud, metallic sound and a terrible shout. I hurried outside and well, I found the body of Zacharias. And I swear it, I saw the statue of Tekun Uman running away.
Alright, let's get a profile on the skittish academic. Is he weeping? No, there's no tears for him. But he's got a lovely brooch. Quality stone, but poor quality. An annual meeting of what? Socially active or a simple flyer. An annual meeting of something Harrison's, but we can't see what though. A simple flyer? I think not. Otherwise, it wouldn't be there on his breast, would it? Political symbol, a decoration, or politically active? The options are to make him cool, or make him just meh, mundane, coincidental. It could be politically active, but it could just be a symbol on the, like the branding of the clothes, like the polo. Politically and socially active, and what do we have here? A badge, ex-military, and a ring. Married. So he's not socially active, am I right, fellas? Nah, I think this is alright. A poor quality but precious stone brooch. He does keep socially and politically active, and he is married. Also right on the money. That's 3 imprecise and 2 fully correct. High five. Oh, you're down there. Sir Charles Yettingham is a manager of the London Archaeological Institute's bowling club. He was formerly a soldier of the prestigious infantry, a married man. Sir Charles appears to be rich, but his wealth is superficial. He is politically engaged with the Tory party. Ah, of course he is. And seems to have an active social life. You saw the statue running, you know the victim. How did you get the Mayan calendar? Enter the clubhouse. Nothing to question why he's gone Tory.
You saw the statue running?
It was dark, but yes, I'm sure of it. It was running, and it was making the most horrible metal sound as it did so. And can't you see, the pedestal is now empty.
What if it's Sir Charles himself who did the deed? And he's trying to settle the story to create an alibi for himself, or to draw suspicion away from himself, and to send the investigators on a wild goose chase.
Did you know the victim?
Yes, of course. It was Zacharias Greystoke.
Greystoke.
He was a club member, and an excellent bowler.
But why was he here so early in the morning?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. What's this? Sunny Select Black Tea? Even with the coconut, doesn't taste as good as a Yorkshire.
Sir Charles, where did the Mayan calendar come from?
It was donated anonymously. We received it shortly before the tournament, with a letter asking that it be awarded to the winner.
Awarded to the who? To the winner?
Is the calendar valuable?
Not really. It has historical value, of course, but to be truthful with you, Mr. Holmes, it isn't worth very much.
So we can go back to Guatemala? If it's not so important or valuable to your collectors and collections.
May I go in the clubhouse?
It's members only. I cannot authorize anyone unless that person has a written warrant from the police.
You're telling me I could participate in the competition, but I am not enough of a member to actually go into the clubhouse. So Greystoke, right? I don't see Zacharias or Greystoke on here, so I guess he did not participate. Wanted to see, like, if he was beaten by somebody, or if he beat somebody. There are papers all around him, is that important? Button? Push the button? Don't push the button?
The case is scratched and dented.
Which could be from any time. It could just mean that he's made a lot of use of this. Oh, don't tell me this is gonna be that the clock stopped at the time of death trope.
Tissot watch. Swiss. 1855. This watch is valuable and old. It's been through a great deal.
I mean, maybe if this needs a winding. Okay, it just gives us a view of the watch. The papers.
Zacharias' folder with some documents.
Was he trying to... maybe what he was doing is... assaging the authenticity of the calendar?
These drawings represent the Mayan symbols. This spear came from the statue on the pedestal.
If that's a fact, then I guess it is removable. He's not missing any fingers. There's a pocket book. Zacharias, this is yours then. Where's the open button? How do you open this? There you go, there's a prompt. £1 billion?
Money was left inside the wallet.
I wonder, if you had to murder someone, should you steal the money to make it look like a theft? And so they don't look any deeper than as a possible theft.
Dry leaves. They make a noise. Zacharias probably walked across them. All valuables were left on the victim. The strike was powerful and well aimed.
And all the blood is right here, so it's not like he was dragged over.
Can I help you, Mr. Holmes?
So, Lestrade, can I get a warrant to enter the clubhouse then?
Did you search the clubhouse?
What for? The murder took place outside.
Brilliant, Lestrade, brilliant. So could I have a warrant?
You're still here.
I mean, if you don't want to, give me a warrant and I will.
A murder at my club. What a disaster for our reputation.
Okay, so what have we got so far? Leaves near the body. Large amount of leaves on the bowling green near the body. The murderer may have placed them there intentionally. Oh yeah, and this is a bowling green, right? The bowling green, you want this as clear as possible, and it was only yesterday that we bowled. So maybe if I go to Batman Vision, could I seek below the leaves? No? What about imagination? To help me see the statue was here? Nah? Clubhouse, statue, tore away from the stand. Only members may enter. Investigate crime scene, interrogate witnesses. Are there any of the witnesses? There's an ups. I could try going ups.
Can I help you, Mr. Holmes?
And then T over here. Ah, what have we got here? There's a broken branch.
A broken branch. Somebody jumped into the tree and then over the wall.
Pretty agile for a several-ton statue. See, now this is one benefit that this game has over Chapter 1, is that when using your special vision whatevers, you could run. Oh, I see then. More scrapings
Scratches on
along.
a stone.
So it could be that whoever was here throw a spear and then run away. Up and over the wall. But they would have to have been very, very good at spear throwing. They're in costume. They're on a heightened pedestal. Possibly barefoot. Zacharias steps on leave, felled by the attack. Oh, I see. You're doing a sequence then, huh? Steps on leaves. Then statue throws a spear is number 2. Then Zacharias is felled by the attack. Then he run away. And is that when you emerge from the club? Maybe it's more. The statue throws spear. Then the Sir emerges. And then he sees the statue run away. Yeah? That work?
It looks as if Zacharias was killed the moment he approached the calendar, and killed by the spear from Tikkun Uman's statue that jumped from its stand and escaped over the wall.
And so now could we get a warrant? Sound good to you, Lestrade?
Well, Holmes, your conclusions as my consultant?
My conclusions are approximate to Sir Charles's testimony.
Oh dear, you think the statue
Or
did?
someone disguised?
Everything points to the fact that the spear was thrown from the pedestal, and Mr. Greystoke appeared not to notice the killer.
Indeed. The journalists will be ecstatic about your version.
I would like to examine the victim and take a look at his belongings.
Oh, you've amused me at least, Mr. Holmes. Very well. I'll grant you authorization for the examination at Scotland Yard, but nothing more.
As in, you grant me at Scotland Yard, or I could examine at Scotland Yard?
You're still here?
But we couldn't get a warrant, could we?
A murder at my club.
No, we
What
couldn't get a
disaster for our
warrant.
reputation.
Could I sneak in from topside?
Only club members have access.
Oh, come on, just turn the knob. You know, from the right angle, he almost looks David Tennant-ish. Almost. Almost. From the front, clearly not. More... almost Mel Gibson-y. But if you look at the correct angle and squint... at Scotland Yard. Alright, let's go then. We got nothing to analyze yet on the microscope or the archives. Hey. Ah. No? Okay.
Smells like cherry.
What?
Smells like cherry.
It's a crunch. Do JWs not have crunch?
I don't like cherry.
It's not cherry though, it's chocolate.
It smells like cherry.
It smells like Hershey's chocolate. Trust me.
I don't like cherry.
It's not cherry flavored, it's literally chocolate with crunchy rice on the inside. Have you never had a crunch in your life?
I've had them before. That one smells like cherry.
You know that they're not cherry though.
But it smells like it.
Give it a bite if it's cherry or not. It's not cherry, right?
It tastes like cherry.
You're broken. Babe, your nose and tongue are broken.
Thank you for coming so quickly,
Please, sir.
Watson.
Release my
Lestrade
son.
already has the victim's body in the autopsy room.
I'm always ready to help anytime, Holmes.
Also, I do like this dynamic. The fragmentary, not fragmentary,
Please, sir. Release
the
my son.
Figment John was kind of fun in his goofy, haha, so random way, popping
Mr.
about
Holmes.
everywhere. But this John that actually helps you and plays off? What's this? Evidence room? I do like the way that this bounces between Holmes and John for different things.
There's no need to disturb Lestrade for the time being.
So I gotta say, this game started off rough for me, but it's already kind of making up for the rough start. It totally spilled the cup of generosity, had me swearing up more than I like within the first half hour. But now that we got the feel for it and we're in the groove... Okay, let me see, he's got a puncture wound in the chest.
It was a powerful throw. The spear pierced right through the body.
He's got an incision. He's undergone a C-section in the past.
Traces of alcohol were found in the stomach. Apparently Zacharias had been drinking before his death.
And his top surgery scar goes the wrong way.
The coroner mentions in his report some specific cardiac and digestive system damage.
And he is missing an eye. Oh, it's just bruised.
Red eye. It looks like a serious infection.
He had pink eye in the right eye. Is that like endemic to British schools? Cause, well, the old GF started her, what is it? Her apprenticeship at the engineering thing, and part of it include a dorm stay at a college to take her academic classes. Within the first week, she got pink eye from the beds there. This is close? Oh no, that's his back. Lots of stretch marks. But you know, I totally understand, got my own collection of them.
These scars are old.
Exit wound, no entry ruled.
This is where the spear entered the body. The murderer aimed for the heart. The weapon must have been thrown by a strong and skilled person.
Which should narrow our suspects quite a bit. John, what's your assessment?
I'm always ready to help anytime, Holmes.
Feel free, Doctor. Take over from here. His personal effects. Does he have his personal effects here? Because it was the autopsy and personal effects, right? So evidence room, maybe? Can I go in here? No, I can't. Evidence? That's all the stuff here. And another copy of the calendar.
The Mayan calendar. Here's a chance to have a closer look.
Just casually pick all this up. Sadly, I forget most of my symbols from Mesoamerican anthropology class. It was a lower level course, and like it was really in depth. They taught a few things.
Interesting. What are the symbols here? I'll need to redraw them.
And compare them to the notes on the victim.
Tissot
Pocket watch.
Swiss, 1855.
The spear is still the spear counts as his possessions.
This spear came from the statue on the pedestal.
I mean, it was found on him, but
Money was left inside the wallet.
his notes. His notes are the symbols.
Oh, Zacharias had already translated some symbols. I could use this dictionary to translate the calendar's glyphs. They are the symbols that were drawn on the Mayan calendar. The papers from Zacharias' folder. They can help us to translate the Mayan message.
So, I'm guessing it's in order, right? Yeah? Aw. With 3 dots. Cursed or weak? It's Heaven's Vault. Cursed. Let's start cursed or weak. I wonder how accurate this is, or if they're just going for like the aesthetics. Cursed to be. Nobody, anyone, crowd. I mean, at least it has all of them in there. I could always change your answer. So for now, I think I'll just assign what I can when I see it. To disturb? To exit? To find? Sacred? And then the top facing one. Home, temple, village. I'm seeing this one. I'll just go in order. Chosen. But I saw something. fate be awarded. Just a few more things. I think the rest of this box will have to be like somebody else's Christmas gift. It's okay, T, but I've been spoiled. Descend, have mercy, to fly. And the last one... Okay, so... Curse is anyone who disturbs the sacred temple. Meet the fate. Sealed rises a statue. I mean, I kind of like how this turned out. Cursed is anyone to disturb the sacred temple, home, or village. Meet fate, meet death, be awarded. Cursed. Cursed to meet death. To meet the fate. The sealed statue. Only God has mercy.
No, I think I've missed something here.
It's meme. I was checking the Steam forums, right, and people loathe John's constantly going, "You gotta think, Shirley, you're not thinking!" And they say they somehow found a way to make...
No, I think I've missed something here.
10 times worse via John in chapter 1. Oh no, this means I got no choice but to do this.
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
A billion times until I stumble across the right answer. Okay. It's going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh. Curse on anyone home?
No, I think...
Village?
I don't think so.
Temple. To meet death. Risen statue.
No, I think I...
To meet fate.
I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
Cursed to be anyone. To disturb the sacred temple. Meet the fate of the risen statue. Only God have mercy. This last bit, kinda trips me up. Only chosen to fly. Everyone is chosen to fly. Hey babe, want to add a fresh pair of eyes on this? What one wants to do is to select words that make a coherent statement. I thought this might be, cursed is anyone to disturb the sacred temple, to meet the fate of the sealed or risen statue, only God have mercy. But that's not correct.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I should pay more attention to details.
So what do you think?
What's this about?
This is about This was found on a Mayan calendar, right? And the case is about the statue of a Mayan king. A copy of a statue of a Mayan king that allegedly threw a spear through the chest of somebody and then ran off.
To meet fate, sealed statue.
Mm-hmm. And naturally, to be is usually an is, so I'm taking to be is or are. So cursed is anyone makes sense to me. Are you visible, I wonder? No, you're just off screen. Also, scarves really make my head more eggish, which is all the more reason why this weight loss progress is progressive.
I think I've missed something here. No, I think I've missed something here.
Nah. It seems your thinking is similar to my own. To find the sacred home temple village.
No, I think I've missed something here. No, I think I've missed something here.
To meet fate of the sacred home temple village.
No, I think I've missed something here.
Well, no, what we could do is write down all the combinations and then go through one after another. Oh, that's gonna take so long, isn't it? All gods have mercy, but here's the thing, right? Let me try with that then. Hold on, I said let me try, Mason. Patience, who's playing?
Me.
No, I think I've... No, I think I've... No, I think I've...
What if it's chosen instead?
I don't think so.
Then we'll have to do every single combination.
No, I think I've missed something here.
Only chosen to descend?
No, I think I've missed something here.
Curses anyone to disturb the sacred temple?
To meet fate, sealed.
To be awarded the risen statue, only the chosen to descend? Order the chosen to fly? Order the chosen to have mercy? Okay, let me see. I'm gonna have to take, like, copious notes of all the various combinations here. What could it possibly say? I like the idea of cursed is anyone.
I don't think weak makes sense.
To disturb or to find the sacred home temple village, but temple makes the most sense. Okay. There's so many permutations he could make. I feel like I should just look this up. Oh, do you want to try that? Cursed to be anyone to disturb sacred temple, to be awarded the risen's master. Only chosen have mercy?
I
No.
don't think so.
Only the chosen to descend.
No,
to fly.
No, I think I've missed something here.
Okay, let me see.
Does the calendar give you any clues in it?
The calendar itself is this. This is what's to be important. I've given you all the facts of the case so far. Look at this kid was stretching. Okay, alright, okay. So this is gonna be awarded route then, huh? Awarded, sealed or risen, or sealed or risen. There's so many permutations. Okay, you know what? You know what?
No, I think I've missed.
I'm just gonna look this up. I am just going to look this up because this could have so many interpretations and there's no way to do this but to guess. Wait, what happened? Okay, it just says that when you all tab out. Devil's Daughter Mayan translation. Because I'm not gonna sit here all day and do this. Steam community, has anyone figured out the mind glyph yet? Stuck at this part, just keep guessing, can't seem to figure it out. Cursed to be anyone to disturb sacred temple, to meet death, risen statue, only chosen to have mercy. So my initial guess was like almost exactly right. Cursed be anyone to disturb sacred temple, to meet death, sealed statue, risen statue. Except only chosen to have mercy, not only God. So, you see, that's what makes it such a shit puzzle. Because you just have to guess correctly, and then either you get really, really close, and you have no feedback to let you know you're really, really close, because of course not, it's Holmes just trying to interpret himself. Or you just guess forever. But this is pretty close to what I was going with, so I can be pretty satisfied with that. I'll count that as solved. Cursed is anyone to disturb the sacred temple, to meet death. I chose to meet fate at first, right? Of the risen statue, only chosen to have mercy. I chose God, only God have mercy. Figuring that this is all a hoax written by Western esotericists of a Christian bent.
Cursed will be anyone who disturbs the sacred temple. They will meet their death by the risen statue. Only the chosen will have mercy. It's not only a calendar, it's a curse. Zacharias Greystoke, a member of the club, was killed as the curse decreed. It's possible that the link between Zacharias and the curse is at the archaeological club. I'll need a search warrant.
Oh, now we get the warrant. But you see, Sherlock had to guess that just as much. So, Mayan calendar, cursed to be anyone, blah 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 blah. Sir Charles is alone. Sir Charles is a guy who lived, though. Zacharias Greystoke was killed by a spear thrown with great accuracy and strength. Killed from the direction of the pedestal where the club's statue stood. After the murder, Sir Charles saw the statue running. Charles was alone. No. Physical abilities, no. The calendar, yes. Sir Charles saw the statue of Tekudaman running away? Or he lied. He didn't see the running statue, or the running figure was someone else. Mayan calendar goes to nothing. Sir Charles' physical abilities we don't know of. Alright. That's all we can do for now. It's also entirely possible that the statue was just knocked off and dragged away. Maybe he saw the statue being dragged away, as...
We'll need to get a search warrant to investigate the club.
The statue running away? It was a foggy morning.
Mr. Holmes?
So, could any of you guys give me a warrant?
At your service.
No? Okay. Scotland Yard. Eavesdrop. Can't eavesdrop on them. Cute couple, though. Is he milking the horse? Oh, no, he's not. Newspaper. Sensation! Brutal spear murder at the bowling club. One cannot imagine what force and motivation a person might need to possess an order to execute such a brutal attack. Mr. Zacharias Greystoke's body was discovered pierced through by a massive spear. An unprecedented cruelty. A curious fact, one of the bowling club statues disappeared directly after the murder. Would that prove to be the motive for the crime? Symbols... Ooh, some sudden lag. How's the bitrate holding up? Bitrate appears to be okay. How is... my computer itself feel slow right now? Task manager, how do my numbers look? %81 memory being taken up by Firefox? Firefox, what are you doing? I barely got anything up. Just close all the Firefox windows then. I don't need these all up. There. Goodbye. Only 50% memory now? All Sherlock Holmes. Okay, hopefully it does better. Obtain the search warrant. That is going to be from Lestat. I suppose, in regard to Cordona, seemingly big open world with rich stuff all throughout it is in the Frogware's DNA. They give you all this, like, a little square of street to go around, but none of it's needed. There's a signage here. What's the signage do? What are you for?
Watson's favorite tea cakes.
Oh. Just Easter eggs? So I guess they might hide Easter eggs in the environment every once in a while. This is my cab, out of the way! I clicked Scotland Yard, didn't I? I'm gonna get warped from Scotland Yard to Scotland Yard. And it has to load all the same. It deloaded Scotland Yard to load Scotland Yard. I don't even know if it deloaded Scotland Yard first, but it loaded Scotland Yard twice. Okay. I could probably just travel from inside. Probably don't need to leave the area properly first. Back to the club for more load screens, because if there's one thing we love. What you doing? What you doing? Oh, okay. Instead of watching me. Oh, now there's more people here.
What did the police say? Do you know anything?
Where's Lestat? Did you get the warrant?
Can I help you, Mr. Holmes?
Yes, give me a warrant. Oh, you know what? He was probably in his office, huh? I bet he was in his office. So guess who wants to load again? It's okay. I'm back to being generous with the game. Staff room. So you can click and that puts him in position. If you move again, it ruins it. He's got to do his wind up animation first, which you could interrupt any time. Shapes of noses. Oh no, in this era.
Aren't you supposed to be investigating those cases of yours instead of bothering me?
Well, just give me a warrant, then I'll go right on my way.
I have a small favor to ask of you, a search warrant to investigate the murder at the club.
No, no, and no.
Then we'll bother you instead. Oh, now we get to profile him. But surely we know who he is by now. Bags under eyes, lack of sleep. He's got a mustache, lack of style. He's got blood all over his collar. He's a vampire been attacked by one. Wine or blood. I don't think he was attacked. It's wine. Aspirin? Mixing aspirin and wine? I don't know, it's a hangover that you've had. Cleaning his gun, in a good mood. I don't know. Hungover, wine, lack of sleep, and prepping his gun does not sound good to me. I should be worried. Robin? Woman's handwriting for the Robin family? And perfumed, expensive woman's handkerchief. Well, there you go with weirdo. We got the red flower design. He's in a good mood. With the lack of sleep. Oh, he's been on a date. The wine on his clothes. Hungover. Okay. Validate the observation. See, if this was on hard mode, right, you'd have 3 seconds to do all this. And you'd only get half. And you wouldn't have the luxury of forming an opinion and a conclusion. You just have to take whatever you click first. Portrait complete. Lestrade is exhausted. He didn't sleep well last night. He's been drinking wine. And now he has a headache. Cleaning his gun suggests that he is in a good mood. He keeps the lady's perfume handkerchief as a memento. Mrs. Robin, the wife of a British councilman, might be connected with Lestrade's present condition. Lestrade, you sly dog, you home wrecker.
Since I'm without the warrant, I should find something else to do. By the way, do you know if Sir Robin is currently in town?
I have no idea.
Seriously, our home
and
wrecker.
Why on earth should you even think that I might know that?
Well, I believe I may have solved a case about, let's say, a salacious inspector.
No, it's not what you think. Nothing dishonourable happened. Go on then. Take your warrant.
Nothing dishonorable, but here is your hush-hush warrant
so
anyway.
You refuse to give you the search warrant?
Oh no, I've got it. I won't need you for a while now, Watson. I'll see you later.
Blinks out of existence. I wish you could press M to map. Search warrant is dialogue based. Does dialogue show it to what's his face at the club? Hey hon. Hi. Chilly today, so space heater back on. You know, I'm normally not a tea slob, like any tea is good to me for the most part. But I think I have been spoiled. These supermarket bags just don't do it anymore. There you go. If it's 2-part bag tea
Charles,
and 3 parts
crime at this
coconut.
club, it's a terrible thing.
Nothing else, no gossip. But where
Sir
has the
Charles,
statue
I have
gone?
a search warrant. I would like to take a look inside the clubhouse.
I see. Here's the key, but I do protest.
Of course, he's a Tory. And I'm already gonna suspect him.
At my club. What a disaster for our reputation.
It could be a false statement.
Was killed by the statue's spear.
Oh, it's horrible.
Cursed by the statue's spirit. Has everyone forgotten that it's a cast of an actual statue? Do curses transfer to casts of the original? Dear Sir Charles, please be advised that we have successfully transferred a new trance to your club's account. Trance. Oh, I closed Firefox. A new trance. A portion of something, especially money, just say so, to your club's account. However, the payment period has been reduced to 1 month and the sum of credit to £1,000. You know what? I'm going to keep the gag running. If the managers in Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1 were bucks, pounds are going to be bucks. Bucks? Bucks? No. L-quids? L-bucks? L-bucks. L-bucks. 1,000 L-bucks. Due to the previous overdue amounts. If you wish to review your account, you should contact the bank manager directly, Mr. Black, bookkeepers for Lawrence Bank. And the other letter? March 1881. James Ness and Sons, jeweler Sir Charles Yellingham. We acknowledge the receipt of your item, namely 458 grams of solid gold from a part gold Guatemalan statue. We agree to purchase this item. Monies will be paid within 48 hours from receipt of this letter. So, 458 grams of solid gold from a part gold Guatemalan statue. Although this transaction is entirely legal, we do assure you that it will remain confidential. Is this from the original statue? Did you not want people to know?
The 50th birthday of Lord Stevenson. Charles Yellingham has a large family.
I can't turn the hourglass over. Another letter. Yellingham, as I said here in front of everyone, you cannot give away this calendar. I want to study it. We have to discuss this matter before the awards ceremony. I've already warned the other one of this. You've warned the other one? So, Zacharias did not want Yellingham to give away the calendar.
A message to Sir Charles from Zacharias Greystoke, the victim.
And Sir Charles is Yellingham? For Mr. Oliver, the company director of Royal Parties, to organize the awards ceremony for Bowling Club's most recent competition. To the estimation of requirements for the guest night, 20 cases champagne, dinner for 40 reserved from the restaurant, a local music ensemble to provide entertainment, 30 flower arrangements for table decorations, invitation cards for guests. I know this will be quite expensive, but please do allow me a period of grace to settle the payment. As I recall, you were so generous to grant on the previous occasion. Thanking you in advance. Then comes notification from bank. Successfully transferred a new trance to your club's account, but the payment period has been reduced to 1 month. And the sum of credits to 1,000 L-bucks with the previous overdue amounts. So he hasn't got as much money as he should be able to have given his status and position. Zacharias does not want him to give away the statue, not the statue, the calendar. And the jeweler is willing to give him purchases for this. His army days.
Sir Charles was once a captain in the guard.
Books are nout. This book is nout. He wears glasses, but that's not important. Oh, here it is. To Sir Charles Yellingham, from Brittany Lovelace, Chief Accountant at Lloyd's Bank. Dear Sir Charles, our records show that you are once again late, and this for the 4th time, in paying the credit you have with our house. Any delay in the payment results in a fine of, is that 7 L bucks every 10 seconds? After setting your proposal, we agree to seizing your part of the club's collection in payment of the credit, which will be sold in private auction. All raised monies will be reserved against your credit account. So he has debts, and Lloyd's is calling in on it. Intention to visit the club before the prize ceremony. Letter from creditors. Gold statue. But this statue is very much not gold. So we could talk about the Zacharias telegram.
Interesting. It appears that the club is unable to pay its debts to the bank.
More letters? Nah, no more letters. Can't go behind the bar. Their archives don't have much. Expedition to Guatemala, 1881. All these fine gentlemen posing in the front while people huddle after working hard for them in the back.
I wonder who this man is. Zacharias Greystoke.
Sir Greystoke went to Guatemala?
It's Sir Charles Yellingham, the director of the club.
And 1881, so this is what, a year after Chapter 1? Lawn bowling! Is there something else I should see in this?
Guatemala, 1881. I don't think this is a bowls tournament.
Empty space. Is it a torn picture? Ah, I see the lines now. It could be something torn off and then a blank put in its place.
The photograph appears to have been faked or damaged. I'll take it.
Evidence to chemically analyze. To prove what? That it has been doctored? I'm sure there's no way to restore the original. You can't restore information. Is that gold? But yeah, you can't restore information that has been lost.
This piece has been cleanly and intentionally cut.
1881, so this was part of a Guatemala statue.
It appears that it's a part of a gold statue from Guatemala. Solid gold.
And just here, in the open of the club's chest. No security.
These antiques look quite valuable.
Zacharias Greystoke's collection.
These trunks have just arrived. They're from Zacharias Greystoke's antique collection.
Were those also going to be put as part of the auction? Okay, so there's the Philippines. And there's New Philippines to the east. Ladrome, was that... Well, there's the Marianas. Huh. Barbados. New Philippines? What happened to the old ones? Also known as Nuevo Reinas Filipinas, Nuevas Filipinas, Nuevo Reino de Filipinas, New Spain in 1794, New Philippines to the northeast. Huh. I don't think this globe is entirely accurate then. Because I'm getting lots of stuff on like Texas and Mexico. For the island chain of the Pacific Ocean, historically named the Philippines the Caroline Islands. Ah. Really? The Caroline Islands also were the name New Philippines at one point? Was also called Nova Filipinas or New Philippines. So they had a Philippines and two New Philippines. Governed from Manila in the Philippines. Okay. From Tobi in Palau to easternmost Coast Rai. So I guess Palau would have been included in that chunk in this time.
This metal globe is very impressive.
There's missing spots.
Some bits are missing. Some bits are missing.
This is just like the Miller estate of Arcane all over again. What have we got then? We got southern central Mexico, southern Mexico, and a bit of the Atlantic. It's set in yellow. Gotta keep hitting it. But what about Lajame? I've read the name Lajame before, but I forget what it denotes. Because who even uses several centuries old exonyms? Not Drome. Not Le Drome. How do they have it? Ah, well. I can't find it anyway. Now known as Marianas Islands. I thought so. I thought so, but isn't that it up there? They got both the Mariana Islands and Lajame? Nice ring, nice pearls. Sir D. Robert, archaeologist.
The late Mr. Roberts collection. Interesting. The men who own these collections are all dead.
Major Sutherland?
The late Mr. Sutherland's collection.
Sutherland.
The late Mr. Smith's collection. The late Mr. Blinkhorn's collection.
Hmm. And Zacharias' collection has just arrived. Did they know he was going to die? Were they going to add it to the auction?
The late Mr. Bromsby's collection.
Could be then that the whole Casus Belli, Zacharias, was murdered to include his collection to the club to buffer some of the costs. Talk about the post-mortem donation? All club members must bequeath their artifacts to the club. Oh, so maybe then. If Zacharias has thus died. They both own parts of a gold statue. Okay. Mr. Yellington, let's talk. The club's collection.
You have a fine collection at your club, with one disturbing thing in common.
Everyone is dead.
All the items are from our club members.
Dead ones. Q. Q, Q, Q. So... I think the way that works is you have to like hold it from the start, and then when you get like a keyword spoken, it'll ping some options. But if you but you gotta start holding Q before it reaches that point. Fuck this game again. Where's the last save? Right now is time to plug in the laptop. But right now is 3:46, 44. And just when the game reveals the cup of generosity, it starts spilling it all over my lap again. What's this notification on Twitter? If I can get my phone correctly. There we go. Hey, somebody's finally taking the bait. Oh, these are necessary. Unnecessary.
The late Mr.
Unnecessary. Unnecessary. But I could also start piecing things together with the ba button. Okay, we got the Greystokes collection. And the club debt. Hey, killed for the debt, yeah? Sir Charles desired Greystokes' death in order to obtain and sell off his collection. But he could also sell any other collection contained in the club. But he also had a substantial gold statue. He knew that Mr. Greystoke would be at the club in the morning of the murder, and he was alone. He had time and opportunity to be prepared for his victim's visit. And that's all we got for now. Nothing else connects. Alright, now let's be prepared to smash some cues. I think outside of hard mode, this is like my least favorite mechanic. And I'm still unsure if you have to like smash Q or what. You have to smash it? You have to hold it?
You have a fine collection at your...
All the items are from our club members.
Holding Q. Holding Q. Holding Q did nothing. Is it mash Q then? The Q only popped up after he said his bit. I don't know what the last save is, so I'll just go 5 minutes back. This is what I mean by the game doesn't tell you how to actually play the game. It says Q button, but what the fuck are you supposed to do with the Q button?
I heard that Zacharias was killed by the statue. Oh, all the items are from our club members.
Mash Q? There you go, gotta mash Q then. Post-mortem donation.
But only from deceased members, including Mr. Greystoke.
Well, yes, but it is a rule of the club that all our members undertake to donate their personal collections to us in the event of their death.
Sir Charles, you informed me that you didn't know why Mr. Greystoke was here at such a time.
That's correct. I have no idea.
Except you did. Photograph, telegram, telegram.
But in fact you do. Mr. Greystoke wrote to you about him coming with another person to visit.
Ah, well, yes, that is right. He raised a scandal about the Mayan calendar, so he wanted to see me before the ceremony. But I don't know exactly what it was that he wanted, or who this other person he mentioned might have been. A murder at my club.
Your clouds. Investigate. We could chemically analyze a photograph. Let's reconnect these clues. Alone and visit. Then debt and collection. So it's possible that he... Ooh, you know what? The police did say that they found no trace of this crime outside the club grounds. It's entirely possible that it was all within the club grounds. The calls came from inside the house. And so there was nobody who escaped to the outside world. Oh. Alright, for now let's go home. Not to Scotland Yard, to Baker Street. The game wants to load Baker Street for me. What do you say? And how's Toby doing? The one objectively, eternally... Oh, he has a big bone. Where'd he get that from?
I do hope that bone has no connection to Watson's medical practice.
But yes, the one eternally good thing about the game. Toby. That's John's room, right? And this is ours here. Because now that awards and everything is done, let's dress up. Overcoat? It's a bit warm for an overcoat. They've gone from kind of wintry to immediate summer. What's more comfortable? Festive? With his braces down? And his shirt open? Sportswear would kind of fit still. Let's do sportswear. We'll just stay in sportswear. There we go.
My archive. I can always consult with it.
Okay. Alright, so not consulting. That's right. We're doing chems. So what do you do? Solvent? Can I mess this up?
It appears that part has been painted over. I need to find out what's underneath.
So just solvent then. So yeah, it's just scratched on over. Pipette to the solvent. Incredible restraint. By not making me drop every 3 points. There was somebody else.
Aha. There's another person in the photograph.
It's not Sir Charles, is it? No. Zacharias in the middle.
Anything I can do to help?
Look here. There's a person with a swollen eye who was concealed within this photograph. A dispute of some kind, you think, Watson?
Possibly. But it appears to me a characteristic symptom of a rare tropical disease that is found in South and Central America.
South America! Brilliant, Watson!
Happy to help.
Is it deadly?
Well, there is a chance he survived.
But South America's even lower than Guatemala.
I've an idea. There is only one hospital for such illness. The Hospital for Tropical Diseases. I have friends who work there.
Oh, yes?
There's a
well,
hospital.
The chances are slim.
For tropical disease in London.
If he's in London, they would have seen him.
A man was hit in the photograph of the Guatemalan expedition. Could we go to tropical disease one? No, we can't. Alright, to the club then. We'll ask our main culprit about evidence against him. But a swollen eye. Zacharias also had a swollen eye, which I doubt came from the statue. How recent is he from Guatemala?
I found this photograph on your wall. You're in it, but do you know who these men are? Particularly the gentleman with the swollen eye.
Oh, him. That's poor Mr. Albeit. He died from fever during an expedition to Guatemala 14 years ago. We were searching a Mayan Quiche temple, but everything went wrong. We were unable to enter the temple and the expedition ended in disaster. I'm here, and here is Zacharias, and there is Bernard Marley, another member. He's over there, near the pedestal. By the way, he's the fellow who built that terrible statue. He created it, must have been 10 years ago.
Does that mean he's going to be an accomplice or a victim to be?
Albeit was a club member. Where is his collection?
Sold
off.
off.
The devil if I know. We never did locate it.
The jeweler did say they're willing to be secretive about the sale. Expedition. Zacharias Greystoke was a member of the expedition that discovered the Maya Quiche's temple, and thus the Mayan calendar. The curse is real. The curse of Teku no Man is real, and is aimed towards the expedition members. There is no curse. Human interpretation, or more accurately, humans looking for a chance to cover up their crime. Sir Charles is aware of the curse and had a perfect opportunity. He's unaware of the existence of the curse. Opportunity doesn't make him a murderer. Sure it does. Case at opportunities to clear the debts. We could decide right now that Sir Charles is guilty after having not filled in anything else. Sir Charles Yenningham is a killer. He took advantage of the curse's legend in order to kill Zacharias Greystoke, and so obtaining the dead man's antique collection. Sir Charles merely imagined the running statue to cover his crime. It could be true, but the statue is missing and has been dragged away. Damn Sir Charles, he killed for money and power. To obtain Zacharias' antique collection, he must go to prison. Or absolve the colonizing academic. He killed under the pressure of being in considerable debt. He's a prisoner of his own life, who is under the pressure of career and family. No, continue the investigation. We are not done yet.
Mr. Marley is over there, near the statue's pedestal.
Plus the Doyleist perspective.
Poor Sir Charles. A crime at his club.
That there's still much more to analyze of the case. And this incomplete answer can't possibly be it.
Mr. Bernard Marley, I presume. My name is Sherlock Holmes. I have to ask you about an expedition to Guatemala.
Shh, not here. It's too dangerous. I'll give you my card. Visit me there where we can talk.
Great, so... more load screens. Oh, this is a short day. It's already 4 o'clock, but it's only been 2 hours and 30 minutes of stream, thanks to the interruption. Well, let's endeavor to solve this. Not like anything else is going on today, right? Learn more about Bernard Marley. And he's on over in Grub Street. I mean, I guess between Chapter 1 and this, all these Frogware Sherlock Holmes games, 2 out of 2 so far, are kind of jank in their own ways. In different ways. So where is he at? 8 Grub Street. Where's number 8? No, this is Keaton Street. Where's Grub? See, I wasn't kidding. You gotta find out where you are in England. You gotta, like, study buildings to see where on earth are they hidden the signs.
Gumballs Road.
Eaton still. We gonna get attacked here? Or is that like a rickshaw to take us away?
Excuse me, where is Grub Street?
It's that way.
Gotta actually talk to random people. Keaton. Possum?
Street.
Possum? This isn't grub at all.
I didn't.
He doesn't know Grub Street.
Cranny Street.
Granny Street still, can't talk to them. What are you selling? Express services, England and Scotland? Well, what you want me to do about it? The Bernard Marley Foundry? This guy is like a foundry manager, right? Bernard Marley Foundry Director, 8 Grub Street. Either way, we found the foundry. Oh, it's number 8. This must be it then. Oh, there you go, Grub Street. Maybe the intent was be lost in the city, trying to find an obscure street, but it's a linear game, so there's no place else to go.
Horse of Pedro Alvarado. He was a conquistador, I believe.
So hold up, I have suddenly found a new possible culprit, the new suspect. Because the statue is a metal cast, right? The metal cast of a stone statue. And here is a foundry that makes such metal things.
Hello there, my man. Is your boss in?
Sorry, I'm too busy to chat.
He probably melted the statue to clear the evidence.
Something large and heavy was dragged here.
Mayan statues, plural. Only 10 are available.
Apparently, Marley has built multiple statues of Tukunuman.
Including, possibly, one light and nimble enough to move around in.
A furnace for melting metal. Fresh scratches.
Well, sure, they make statues here.
There were 2 large boxes. A drawing of Tukunuman.
And disassembled.
No oxidation. This metal arm has never been outside. It's not part of the bowling club statue.
Front face is nothing.
This mechanism is quite modern. All the gears are of good quality. Strange to find it in a foundry. 2 large boxes which were inside the warehouse. They were taken to Bernard Marley's office. It's probable that the missing crates contained pieces of Tukunuman's statue.
Okay, what if? What if it wasn't somebody hidden inside of a metal statue, but a clockwork statue, huh? That, when activated, just flings its arm forward, like some kind of addle-addle.
Hello there, my man. Is your boss in?
Ah, he's in his office. It's the door near the female statue in the corner of the workshop.
Some big pants. Omnia Morris what?
Mr. Holmes, you must forgive my escape at the club. It wasn't a safe place to talk.
Because Charles is right there?
Yes, better here. Not my office. I have secured my foundry, you know.
Huh, reassuring.
So what kind of man is what's his face? He's got stains for one. Dirty collar. He is negligent. So many clocks. And some talismans. A superstitious fellow? Amulets, protective charms. So it could be that he totally buys in to the curse and maybe isn't a suspect. And he's frequently on desk. Smelly hands, and that's his right hand that he uses to wipe himself. Greasy hands, smell of oil. He doesn't use buttons, he merely melts the holes on his shirt and his jacket. For close work or myopic? No, these aren't just, these are glasses for myopia. This is specialized. And he cut his finger. Intricate work or works with rough objects. I think it's intricate. Maybe rough. I think it's intricate, especially given the glasses that he's using. That is some fancy glasses for just metal statues. He's doing something that requires more precise work. Complete, getting better at these. Bernard Marley is not yet 45 years of age. He is a founder director and a member of the Archaeological Club. He is negligent, and most likely lives alone. Bernard is a superstitious man, as indicated by the many amulets upon his person. It is clear that he spends a great deal of time seated at his office desk and working with the sharp items of mechanical oil. His work requires concentration. He requires spectacles for close work. So what about Zacharias? And when you converse with people, you have to keep your finger on cue to like mash it as soon as it shows up.
Did you know Zacharias Greystoke, the victim?
Yes, he was a brave friend. Such good karma until yesterday.
Mash Q, what about yesterday?
Do you recognize the unwell man in this photograph?
By Jove, albeit.
It is
yes,
albeit.
That's him. The poor fellow met his end in Guatemala. He was struck down by a terrible disease.
You were friends?
Not really, but he was an active member and a courageous man. Too courageous. You can't fight against the Quiche gods.
Expedition?
And what of the expedition? You were seeking a Mayan temple?
Yes, the temple of Tekun Uman. Another one of Charles's stupid ideas.
Another
We found
stupid
that
idea.
There was some kind of strange force that prevented us from entering. An evil aura.
Oh, these guys have such
Tekun
imagination.
Uman's emanation. We could all feel it.
It was malaria.
Albeit its disease worsened suddenly, there was nothing we could do. And now, with Zacharias' death, the curse has reawakened.
After 14 years?
Prophecies are timeless, even in the beyond. There is no escape.
Well, tell us about the prophecy.
Did Zacharias believe in the prophecy?
It is not a matter of belief, don't you understand?
Well, yes or no?
Zacharias was convinced that we could stop the curse by studying the calendar. What insanity! He sent me a message. He wanted us to visit the club and try to convince Charles to remove the calendar from the awards ceremony.
But you didn't go.
I knew Charles would refuse. Anyway, studying the calendar wouldn't help. Tekun Uman is far too powerful.
Tell us then about Tekun Uman.
What's your opinion on Tekun Uman's statue having disappeared?
I don't know, but I have nothing to do with it. Nothing.
Nothing to do with it? What about the statue creation? It is, after all, made of metal, and this is a foundry that makes metal statues.
But in fact, you do. You made the statue.
That's true, but it was 10 years ago. You can't blame me for that.
Don't you think so? After all, it is the statue that is responsible for killing.
No, it's Tekun Uman. But who could imagine that a simple statue replica would be chosen by Tekun Uman? Nobody.
Please, it's a cast, it's a replica. Now, Charles Yellington, Sir type.
Your relationship with Charles Yellingham is...
Not friendly. Well, it is reciprocal. You know, most of his expeditions are failures because he is too focused on his hypothetical career to be in politics.
He has political ambition.
Well, that would be an understatement. He has ambitions for the House of Lords, and the club is his means of achieving this.
Really,
It's
via
also the
bowling?
reason for his disastrous management. But he still succeeds in finding money. I wonder how.
By murdering
I have to
off
leave
people
now.
and selling their
I've got
stuff.
paperwork to do.
If they
And
got
we've
good stuff in
spoken
it.
too much. He could hear us. Tekun Uman. Well, goodbye then.
Marley is hiding something inside his office. I'll have to visit it, but at night, and with Watson.
I still think it's Charles so far. Charles Bernard. Expedition members were unable to enter the Temple of Takunomon. So we didn't learn too much there. Okay, what's next to the docket? 3 boxes were pulled to the office, so we gotta come back. At night with Watson. Where's Watson? Where is my trustee number 2? And there's no more things to study here, right?
Sorry, I'm too busy to chat.
Everything worth studying here has been studied. Anything outside? Is there evidence outside worth looking into? Just gotta keep poking this, this crane with the stick all day. So where is the wait till nightfall option? Baker Street? Get Watson, then come back? You're using my scale as a mousepad? First, it's my laptop with a time bomb battery about to explode into unquenchable flame. And now it's my scale. There's a chair. It's on top of a chair. What if you switch with that chair?
Caitlin Miss Alice is playing the piano. She disobeyed me.
Oh, well, how dare she play piano?
I was inspired to... Oh, look here. The postman has made a mistake. He's delivered a letter addressed to Miss Alice.
Oh, that's a common ploy.
For 221C. Give it to me.
She gives the letter there for us to give to her. We'll turn it in, don't worry.
What are you going to do with it, Holmes?
Oh, don't tell me we're going to analyze the letter. Does it really want me to? Okay, let's be sneaky. We gotta steam the envelope open, right?
I can't help myself. I must open this letter. I need to turn on the gas burner first.
Okay, gas burner. And then kettle. And then a bit of steam for the envelope. And thus we collect the stamp.
I need to open it with something sharp.
And then we reapply the glue, right? Alice, see, Foddy did it. You moved and settled yourself next to him. You were a bold one. He will fascinate you, but be cautious of him all the same. I am ready to tell you that I found your father's boat. It is quite damaged, but still afloat. You can use it if you wish. You must know that your father was like a brother to me. If there is anything in any way that I can do to help you, please let me know. Anything. Whatever risk it may involve. Was this the overarching plot?
Miss Alice planned to live here because of me. I need to have a talk with her as soon as possible.
And then we apply the glue, right?
Something to apply the glue.
The brush. Brush, 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 brush. Or a stick.
That's it.
Don't stop playing, Kate. I'm going to take some air on the balcony for a few minutes.
I need to speak with Miss Alice first. She's on the balcony.
The balcony on the back. These walls are very paper thin.
How about telling me why you came here in the first place?
Mr. Holmes, why do you ask? I hardly think that I'm accountable to you.
Since you extended an invitation to my daughter against my wishes, I believe that you are.
So
he really
the
hits
father,
piano.
cloaked in all his severity. My word, you almost frightened me.
You won't say that. Very well. Ask Caitlin to come home now.
Oh, poor child, let her play. Such insouciance. So useful for covering up disturbing secrets. And since you intend to hide the truth from her...
What?
We all have our secrets.
You...
But don't worry, Mr. Holmes. Caitlin is a sensitive child, and I like her enormously.
Alice, come back in! I can do it, see? You're wonderful!
I like to think that the feeling is mutual. We wouldn't want her to know of your secret, or for her to be unhappy.
Blackmailing me with my daughter already. Silent in shock. So, you never did give her the letter, did you? Sholmesy? Wait, if we're gonna come back at nighttime, then I must be dressed appropriately for night work. Pastor? Bandit, maybe. Overcoat, if it's cold out. The bandit look. No one is gonna know that it's us. If we get spotted, all they'll see is a raggedy bum. Yeah, there we go. No, 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 no. One? Not with this. There we go. Perfect. Okay, John, ready to go?
Ah, Holmes, I entirely forgot. There's a man corresponding to the photograph who is a regular visitor at the Hospital for Tropical Diseases. His name is James Byron.
Are you sure?
We're going there first?
And we can visit him, but you should disguise yourself first.
Oh, well, what do you know?
I'll introduce you as my colleague.
As his colleague, though. As John's colleague, in a hospital for tropical diseases in very tropical London. He's tapped. How about a nice bowler and glasses? And back to the wardrobe, we shall be a doctor for John. There. Fits in perfectly. What do you think, John?
Holmes, we have to go to the hospital.
Then let's delay no further. Hospital. Then after this should be nightfall, though time does appear rather nebulous. Gentlemen?
Oh, Dr. Watson, may I help you?
Hello, Baird. My colleague and I are here to see Mr. Byron.
Ah, Byron. Yes, he's in a bad way. You'll find him in a cubicle on the window side.
Window side cubicle.
Patients visit this department for treatment and then return home.
Okay, so basic outpatient procedures. Anything else here I need? Times?
Department of Tropical Diseases.
May I help you?
Just going to ignore him. Very suspicious.
This should be the right place. Our man might be here.
Okay, so window cubicle. No windows here, so on this side. He's dead! Oh wait, that's just a claw. Definitely not him. I paid attention, I know what's up. Swollen eye, could be him. And missing a single arm. What else have we got? There is nobody else. Okay. Profile him.
Mr. Byron?
More doctors? Please. I've just received my treatment. I need to rest a while before I leave.
Okay, so let's see. What can we suss of this man? He's missing an eye. Medical brand, disease die. Band, not brand. Red marks on neck. Marks a disease or bound in chains. I don't think that's disease markings. I'd say his collar may be rubbing off on it, but if the other option is chain, then alright. And more marks down here. Bound in chains again, then. Because that's, again, either his sleeve, or if it's offering chains and chains. Jaundiced fingers, smell of opium, opium den. Stepped in bird dew, grease and produce, crowded markets. And missing an arm. Polite of Holmes, to look at that last. Okay, so disease in one eye, opium den. Hangs out in crowded markets, and he used to be bound in chains. Possibly jail time at some point? Portrait complete. Albeit is around 45 years of age, he's an archaeologist and an ex-member of the Archaeological Club. Ergo, he doesn't have to give his collection over, and thus there's no reason for him to be killed. He's believed to be deceased by the other members of the club. During Albiet's expedition to South America, he suffered from a disease that affected his eye. Albiet lost his arm many years ago, under unknown circumstances. He has a drug dependency and regularly visits an opium den near a crowded market. He has chain marks upon his body. Am I wrong?
We would like to ask you some questions about an expedition that took place 14 years ago.
An expedition? What expedition? You're wrong, I've never left London.
Mm-hmm. Q, smash, evidence, the photograph.
Is it not you in this photograph from Guatemala?
Guatemala? Checuna man! Dr. Baird!
He believes in it?
I don't feel well.
Or are we just bringing up past traumas?
What on earth is going on? Please, calm down.
That lucidity in his eyes. No, he knows what he's doing.
I'm sorry, my dear colleagues, but Dr. Brunt is waiting to give Mr. Byron a private consultation. You can wait here.
There was shrewdness to his eyes. What if he's a mastermind?
What should we do next, Holmes?
Nightfall?
Weren't you paying
Boundary?
attention? We have to wait, but we'll take advantage of the situation.
Advantage to snoop?
This address is almost invisible.
Almost invisible, but if we analyze it chemically. Hospital for Tropical Diseases to Mr. Byron. Address Zook Street, 21D. Mr. Byron. Dr. Brunt is pleased to confirm your appointment on 25th November. Please aim to arrive for the early morning. Dr. Bayard. Baird? Dr. Baird. Anything else here?
He recently purchased Chinese tobacco.
I'm guessing. Are those his bandages? Crestani Wallace Bro Circus. World's largest circus.
Oh, you're still here?
Obviously. We're waiting for Mr. Byron. Is he not with you?
No, the gentleman left directly after his consultation. Oh, he forgot to collect his belongings.
Oh, we'll give it to him if he gives us his address.
Holmes, it seems that Albiet has escaped.
Obviously. And he knows that we are aware of his true identity. Quickly. I know how to find him.
If he followed the smell of opium fingers in Greece.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Oh, is this going to be a chase sequence? Or is it going to be chemical analysis? Not chemical analysis. Claimed that he died in Guatemala. Either they're both lying or unaware that he managed to survive. Instance in Opium tells us that he has recently paid a visit to an opium den, grease and humidity marks his shoes, dirty streets and crowded market, and recently purchased Chinese tobacco. Circus advertisement, close to it. Ook Street, 21D. I guess you gotta go home, huh? Go home, then compare on the map. We're in Ook Street, next to an opium den, a crowded street and market.
Thanks to the information I obtained at the hospital, I can now deduce where Albeit is hiding.
Truly, no puzzle for me?
We know that Albeit paid a visit to an opium den, a crowded market, and a circus. He also purchased some Chinese tobacco.
So is it going to find the information?
Let's find a place in London where all four elements are close together.
Elephant, den, market. There's multiple circuses. Okay, so we have market, smokes. Not everything here. Market, market, market. Oh, here we go, yeah? No, there's no elephant. Right about here, though. There we go.
Now we need to find a street name ending in OOK.
High Street. Brook Street.
Here it is. 21D Brook Street. Watson,
nice.
I believe we found Albeit's flat.
In that case, going to need a new set of disguises. I don't think we need it, but no one's going to need us to believe we're doctors anymore. So back to the... And what looked at before. Right, was this hat. No glasses. And a more rugged mustache. There we go, that way. When we finish the Albeit, we can break in. Dressed as bandits, or as common street thugs. Or just workers. Ready, Watson?
Did you find Albeit's house on the map?
Albeit's house? And I wonder if I have new clues to deduce. No, nothing new. This is a very fine house for one so broken. Is he living here, or is this like multiple flats of a building?
What should we do next, Holmes?
We must have the wrong place. I am not dressed for this upscale.
Help!
He's been murdered!
Quick! We have to open this door!
Lockpick
The door's
time?
too strong and the lock is too solid to break with bare hands. The door's too strong and the lock is too solid to break with bare hands.
What do? The sword. The axe. Take it, Holmes. Oh, I gotta aim it myself. It was like 2004 era QTEs. Are we sure that David Cage didn't make this one? This feels like David Cage, but more competent, which isn't saying too much. How do I dodge here? Oh, push Holmes. I see where Watson for the second. So then, where is axe? And then what? Table. What to do with the table?
This table could serve as cover.
And this?
If I cut those ropes, the curtains will fall and block the attacker's view.
Alright.
Watson, I'll try to reach those curtains to close them. Cover me.
So Watson gets the cover? Oh! Oh, but I can't see where he's shooting. Why do I feel like I have to make every shot count? Wow, really? Okay, gotta be more aggressive here. I mean, whenever he is, so I just like... Okay, I see how it works then. Just like cover fire.
What's cover me?
But it was pretty comical. What am I doing? Just tapping? Tapping the whip? Okay, sure.
Watson, cover me!
How many guys do they have, launching so many arrows out? And then you take too long to aim. The more arrow to the face. Get down, above you, get down!
Get down!
Oh, it was Watson talking to Holmes. Above you.
Above
Alright. Well, the sequence is done. First, who's up here? Or down here first. Now I can't go in here? Did I miss out on evidence by not choosing to go in there first? It wants me to ID something. What do you want me to ID before I take an arrow to the face again? Because I can't move anyplace else. Imagination time? Not imagination? Special Holmes only vision time? No? I mean, he's behind this, right? Oh, there we go. Now it activates. You had to find the right spot on the screen.
Watson, come here. He's behind the screen.
And then he's escaped with the smoke. Okay, what if I go back down here into this door? Because I missed it the last time. Oh, it's locked, never mind. Just want a confirmation. Yep, no one's there.
A statue was once here. Now it's missing. The surface is damaged.
Okay, that end's clear. Missing! He's got up the rope!
Our attacker escaped through the skylight. It appears that the missing statue may have escaped via the window in the roof.
To follow? Am I allowed to move? There we go. But no notes of importance. Again, this is very opulent for the man we just met.
Our assailant escaped.
Yes, he did. So, what is the new thing? Did it enter the temple, stayed in Albiet's house, or Albiet himself, pretending he was attacked? Skillful and experienced fighter. Much like the person who killed Zacharias Greystoke. Attacks on Zacharias and Albiet were proficient. Escape through window. No. Does a window escape by chance leak anything else? Nah, still gonna look. So does that mean we got nothing else right now? We can't follow up the rope? And I don't think there's any evidence here either. Also, if Albeit was attacked, where's Albeit? He was like, ah, help me. But I don't see anybody here. Idea, he has concealed a crossbow in his arm stump that he used to escape. Albeit, have you been laying in the sarcophagi? Well, it's one, Gus.
No! Don't kill
Oh
me!
no, he's alive, so it wasn't him.
It's over now. It's gone.
You? Oh. But why are you here? You're not doctors, are you?
How's he know?
Well, you're half right. Shall we remove these masks? Your true name is Albeit, is it not? You were a member at Charles Yellingham's club.
Yes, I was.
What happened?
Can you tell us what happened here?
After your visit at the hospital, I quickly returned home. I was lying there on the sofa and felt an evil presence in the room.
An evil presence?
And the statue broke off the pedestal to detect.
It's probably the fever.
No, give us all the details. The curse. Yeah?
Or perhaps a living statue?
Yes. It was one of the double statues. I saw its shadow. I believed that it was searching for me, that it wanted to kill me. It was horrible.
As in Zacharias' murder, the statue came to life when its intended victim appeared in front of it. I must examine your residence. It may hold some clues.
Last expedition.
Tell us about your expedition to Guatemala 14 years ago.
It was in my former life.
What really happened there? You were said to have died.
I was ill with a terrible fever. I asked them to leave me there.
Oh, and they did, and assumed you dead?
Now I only have flashes of memory, but by some miracle I survived. I left an eye and one arm behind. It took me time, but at last I managed to return to London.
You know, both him and Zacharias has a missing eye. At least Zacharias had a swollen eye. Maybe they go to the Tropical Diseases Hospital, and that's how the killer finds them.
Why do you use a false name?
That expedition signaled the end of my career, and my very life as I'd known it. I changed my name and my address. Now I'm weak and useless and alone. I'm a walking dead man.
Oh, albeit nonsense.
Perhaps this was it. It was my curse to fade away little by little. Tekunu man's revenge.
You are aware of Zacharias' murder, are you not?
Yes, and quite aptly I read that he was killed with a spear.
Aptly?
Well, he practiced archaeology almost as though it were a sport, seeking adrenaline. Imagine his state of adrenaline when he died, him being the prey.
And who would have been
Given the spear to the back and the heart,
man, whoever, whatever,
wouldn't have known.
It'll soon be over for me at any rate.
There's a locked door on the first floor. May I have the key for it?
All right, but there's nothing interesting inside.
Ground floor, actually. More clues. Albeit's illness. Connected to the curse of the calendar? No. Any more clues up here? So it's a double statue, he said.
The surface is down. The iron mounting rod is broken.
Same as with the first statue. But it's not like it was an actual statue that ripped itself off. And if there's a person here, then those mounting rods had probably been uncomfortable.
Thank you again for saving me.
What should we do next, Holmes?
Well, first, we find the actual Great Mouse Detective and have him take over. Nothing else here of importance, yeah? Just a locked room? You know, here he is, right? Losing his old life and his name. And he's still holding on to all these relics from across the globe. It's a chest, and what else? Chest, wardrobe, a small bed for yourself. Not for yourself, you got the big bed upstairs, what's this?
This bed is very small.
Okay, no bodies. I was half worried. There's some clockwork. What's probably a false back. Handprints. Is that clockwork for here? No, it's a replica of the temple. And also possibly clockwork, given the shape of the cogs at the bottom. Little cog design. 1894.
1894. This model was created after the expedition to Guatemala. The interior seems well designed, but I cannot see it properly. This model forms a part of another, larger model.
And there's nothing else in here. What about that mysterious base there, though? Maybe a larger base, to which the temple falls on top? Oh no, it's a puzzle. No puzzle. Letters, and what are you? Pendant or locket? Or a spoon? Aw, it's you and your mother.
Albiet's wife and son.
Oh, or your wife and son. Oh, did he have to lose them? Did they die when he was out? Brazil, Sao Paulo, April 14, 1883. I, Claudio João Inácio da Silva, give full rights and freedom to Albite Dyke and Ba Odombo from this day forth for him and his ascendants. Claudio João Inácio da Silva. Full rights and freedom. Oh, he must have been enslaved at that time then. He had evidence of having worn chains in the past. My love, I understand your pain, but please note that my decision was made only to protect you. How could I return to the real world? For if anyone should discover the terrible shame of this failed expedition and my enslavement, it would dishonor our son's name forever. It would be better that my memory remains in Tecumseh's temple. I came back to see you for the last time. I intend to die alone with my precious collections. My lifetime's result of archaeology. Oh no, this is the husband writing to the wife. Okay. So, one setback and they're already ready to toss everything aside. Dying alone with my precious collection, lifetime of archaeology. Lifetime of looting all this collection. Where is the scientific knowledge in pulling all these things out of their matrix or their context and to shove them in your closet? One friend of mine who is a bailiff will help out with the sales. You will receive all their income. Please try not to be unhappy. My death will be a release. I have made arrangements for my burial. Goodbye to you, my dears. I hope that you might forgive me, and you are able to finally lead happy lives, my only wish. Is there more to this? Because there's nothing else in here, I don't think. No more interactions on this. Ask about the pyramid miniature. Ask about the bed. And Button ready on the queue because he will.
There's a little bed in the small room. It's been used.
Well, it is for my son Gulliver. After my official death, my wife and he left for Glasgow.
Oh, they moved up.
Upon my return, I installed this room.
So they know about you?
My boy Gulliver visits occasionally.
Oh, that's sweet, a Gully.
But I wonder, what is a life with a crippled father?
I'm gonna say a life with a father.
No,
You're too hard on yourself, man. Life's beaten him enough, there's no reason for him to help out and truncheon himself.
Mr. Albeit, what is this?
How? It's impossible. How did you find it?
Answer me.
17 years ago, I built a model of Tekkening Man's temple. We stored it inside the club's globe before leaving for the expedition. I've no idea if it's still there.
So we smash open the globe.
I had dreams about a missing part. A pyramid. Then, when we entered the temple, I experienced vivid visions.
Wait a minute. You entered the temple?
Well, yes, we did. And we found the pyramid from my visions. But I was too weak. I was unable to solve the mystery of its entrance. I failed there. I always wanted to understand why. So upon my return...
You rebuilt this final part according to your visions and...
Nothing. But I'm dying, and at least my son will see that I did my best to complete my life's work.
It's 4:47, but I feel that this case is only halfway done. Break into Marley's office at night is possibly the next thing. But we could also go back to the club and see if we can't smash open the globe. Or Marley's foundry. Okay, let's go. Maybe we'll see what time of night it is. Still dayish, people are still about. But can we open the globe?
A murder at my club. What a disaster for our reputation. I heard that...
Just gonna keep mom about Albiet's actually being alive. Smashy smashy. But there's these mechanisms, right? There's a pin on here.
Some bits are missing. Some bits are missing.
Maybe. What would open it then? Something in the collection, perhaps? They all mark up as green, which means you've seen them already. Nah, maybe the next step is to go to the foundry first. Foundry maybe has the keys hidden within. Because the club itself hasn't turned upside down, there's nothing there anymore.
Watson, stay alert, and you'll need to be quiet.
Escape through window. Albright's visions. Albiet's visions. Version. He and his companions went into the temple, but unable to break into the final pyramid. A contradiction? Testimonies of Sir Charles and Bernard Marley are contrary to Albiet's, but none of them wish to talk about the temple. Albiet's version, Albiet's vision, Albiet's illness. Illness to vision? No. The calendar, and his visions, and his version, and his son. No, and his model. Nuh-uh. His version and the facts of the crime. His version and his vision. Albiet lies? He can only build a model of the final pyramid if he managed to get its entry or the truth. It wasn't necessary for Albiet to enter the pyramid. In order to construct this model, he could use his imagination. Possible? Either way? What does lies contradict? No contradictions yet? Escape through window. It's his son! Was it? Someone of small stature? Perhaps albeit son? Has albeit devoted, his son devoted his entire life to avenging his papa. Son is innocent, a small child would have sufficient strength or cunning to be a murderer. But the suspect is small. Albeit is lying about his son. The bed could belong to someone of small stature who could also be the murderer. Or the bed is in reverence to his son, he keeps it in his memory. Visions and model? It's possible to complete the model at Takumamon's temple. Find out the truth about the temple. Use the club's model to discover why the expedition members are afraid to discuss what happened at Takumamon's temple. What if he's saying the truth? He could use his imagination. Then we get nothing. It's only if he actually went in that they can make an actual accurate model, and so we must suss out the truth. Okay. If the son is guilty, then it wasn't Sir Charles? And so it wasn't club debts? He could sell any other collection. But what other collection has Guatemalan gold in it? The other collections wouldn't sell for as much, and thus wouldn't absolve the debts as much. It could be equally true that he could have sold Greystoke's collection in death, and that he was aware of the curse, but that somebody else also took advantage of it. What's a false statement? Maybe he did see the statue of Takunaman running away. Nothing else wants to pop on in. Running statue is suspect as small. Whoever it was would have had to have been statue-sized. Then again, twin statues, and the statues here were smaller. Suspect is small. And running statue? No. Running statue only helps if it's not the sun. Oh well. We'll figure it out eventually. Oh boy, more lockpicks. And looks a little more complex this time. Oh, I see then. They put a little trickery to block my view. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Maybe we'll take the reliable 2. Oh, I see then. So first I lift you. And then that? No? Okay, the 3.
There's no space for this lock.
Wait, hold on. Oh, I see then. I see. We got multiple 1s this time. Where is the switch to lock? Remove. And switch to lock. Oh, that's okay, okay. I see. It's highlighting which lock it is then. No, so not the number 2 for you, number 4 maybe? Start with the number 4. And then... Hey! Just one pick. So, should be nobody here, if the front door was locked. Watson, come in so we can close the door! Nothing should have changed the outside. Inside then?
This door is securely locked.
Another way again. Oh, don't tell me. That's gonna be cut the rope to fly up, is it? I don't want to push any buttons until I'm ready. I have no clue why I'm pushing this. This is gonna be a whole process, isn't it? This is gonna be a whole process. And it's already about 5 o'clock. So maybe this is more like 2/3 of the case rather than half. So I guess, even if it accounts to a somewhat shorter stream, you can't help the weather, right? So maybe what I'll do is pause the case for tonight. Main menu. And then we'll pick up the case tomorrow. Hopefully the weather behaves and we won't have interruptions to power or internet. And now that we've actually got a good idea for how the game is played, with a bit less ragey, don't like being Grumpy Guinea, but boy do they want me to be Grumpy Guinea. Let's go from one grumpy game to a much nicer one, and go give JC a raid, who is playing Castlevania, I think. That's his bread and butter. So, thanks for hanging. Tomorrow should be a much more fluid, now that we have learned what the game does not want us to know, i.e., how the game actually operates, and we got a feel for it. So we could just go on through, enjoy some mysteries, wear some goofy disguises. So see you then. Take care of yourselves, enjoy the rest of your night, and see you folks JC side.